I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
To see my service near all along my way. I've looked at the possibility the first man. When trying moments come to me, help me, Lord, to stand. Help me, Lord, to stand. Let me share this life and come along my way, Help me stand upon the solid ground.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning. It's very, very early in the morning. There's a plane going by because I'm about to catch a plane. Going across country. I'm in Los Angeles right now. I'm in Inglewood. Inglewood Park Cemetery. I've been here many, many, many times before in the past. Sure, I thought I'd give it a bit of time before let the plane go by. It's gone now. There'll be another one coming by. We are right near LAX. So planes are constantly going by. Beautiful part of the cemetery. I've been here before for quite a few people. There's quite a few notable burials here at Inglewood Park. I'm here today trying to find, this looks like a new area I'm in here. But there's some older graves on either side. I'm looking for the grave of Willie Thomas Jr. Buckwheat from Little Rascals, our gang. I believe, let me look right over here. Might be right over here. I think he's right there. Now there is some stuff going on here. As you can see, doing some work, always work going on in cemeteries, which is nice to see. It's a beautiful cemetery, well kept. Look at this. Notice all the musical notes here on this kind of half outdoor mausoleum, and there's nobody here yet. I don't think. Pianos, I'm not sure what's going to be here. Like, well, say what? I mean, whom? It's all empty. Yeah. Garden of Harmony. Okay. Very cool. So William Thomas, otherwise known as Billie Thomas, he played Buckwheat for 10 years. 10 years. I've done a video before. I think the only other member of, I call them Little Rascals, our gang, was Alfalfa. Did that a couple of years ago. I'll put a link below. Billy, the character of Buckwheat, well, we got a lot to talk about. But Billy, once he was done with Buckwheat, he was kind of done with Hollywood. And sadly, he did not live that long of a life. So he first appeared in 1934. But it gets very confusing because the character of Buckwheat was a girl first. Was a girl. I did not know that. Now, there was another our gang kid. These planes are going to be a little annoying. There's two females that played Buckwheat first. Did you know that? I did not know that. And Willie, the boy, when he started playing Buckwheat, he played Buckwheat as a girl. And I did not know that. So there's another character on the show called Stymie. One of his little sister, I think, was the first Buckwheat. But man, I gotta get away from all this noise and all this stuff going on here. Oh wow, look at the purple hydrant. So when Stymie left, Buckwheat kind of slowly morphed into a boy. And then in the 1936, these planes are, sorry. And then in the 1936 short, he was referred to as a boy, definitively. He still kept Buckwheat in androgynous clothing, and then he became kind of known for the one look that he had, the overalls, the striped shirt, and that was all the way up until the series end. So he played for 10 years. So the reason that they changed his appearance, and this is brutal, was that he could be looking more like a 5-year-old slave, asking men on a riverboat stuff like, yeah, I don't even want to say it, just like, will you be my master, things like that. It was brutal. Now, he appeared in all but one of the shorts for 10 years. He was sick for one of them, so someone else filled in. He was often paired with Porky and Billy, I should say. He had a speech impediment as a kid, as did the kid that played Porky, and they were good friends on and off the set. But they became known for their kind of garbled speech, so to speak, and that's where Ote came from. Originally Porky said it, and then soon both characters were saying it.
Headquarters says you kids got firecrackers. Esther, how old are you anyway? I don't know. Well, that's too young. Better hand them over. Esther.
So our gang changed studios. Hal wrote studios to Metro Goldwyn Mayer, and then that was in 1938. And Billie Thomas was the only cast member to appear in all 52 of the MGM produced entries. The only holdover from the Hal Roach era to remain in the series until its end in 1944. So by 1940, he had grown out of his speech impediment, and Porky had been replaced by Robert Lee. So Thomas's Buckwheat character was written more as a typical youth at the time. Now I'm going to read something right now, and not too long ago I did a video, I'm not sure which one it was, but somebody wrote to me and said, oh, you're looking at it through the lens of 2025 type of thing, and back then it was different, it was okay and all this stuff. No, it wasn't, because a lot of people had issues back then with the portrayal of Buckwheat and the racial stereotype that it perpetuated. So let me read something right now. The character of Buckwheat in later years became synonymous with a derogatory stereotype. However, the work of Billie Thomas and other black cast members as actors is credited with helping the cause of race relations by playing alongside white children and going to school with them as equals in a desegregated show during the height of the Jim Crow era. Now, according to an author who wrote a book, Our Gang, A Racial History of the Little Rascals, Thomas and the others were considered saviors in many ways by the black community as the most popular black stars in the United States during the 1920s and 1930s. But later, during the 1950s and 1960s, NAACP fought against the tired and demeaning racial stereotypes found in some of the Our Gang shorts and moved to have the Little Rascals syndication package taken off the air. They settled instead for distributor King World Productions editing the shorts under the supervision of the NAACP. So Julia Lee, I'm not sure. She studies African American literature. I'm looking her up right now. This is what she wrote. It said considered saviors in many ways, but the NAACP fought hard against the stereotypes. So like I was saying, I've done things before where people said, oh yeah, a few people wrote some mean comments under my thing of saying that, you know what? The NAACP fought against the stereotypes. I think we defer to them. And Buckwheat was adorable. Our Gang, the Little Rascals, it was adorable. It was fun to watch. But it was problematic. Back then for people, and now. He enlisted in the U.S. Army. You can see right here, it's going to say he was in the Army. In 1954, at the age of 23, served for 2 years. He was decorated with a national, here he is, Defense Service Medal, and a Good Conduct Medal. So after the Army stint, he didn't really want to be in Hollywood anymore. He didn't want to be an actor. He didn't want to be in front of the camera. He said it was more like a rat race, and he had no interest in it. So he went behind the scenes. He became an editor, and he was processing negative film reels for Technicolor, and he worked on Jaws, Logan's Run. And he had quite a good career doing that. I read something sweet. I'm going to read it here. I normally don't like to read, but like I said, I wanted to get this video done before I got on the airplane, so I was reading so much about. There's a lot of articles, a lot you can read about Buckwheat online. Sorry, about William Thomas. I keep calling him Buckwheat. He was William. He was Billie Thomas. He was honored at an event in 1980. More than 500 Laurel and Hardy fans gathered at the Hilton here in Los Angeles. And several days were spent touring famous Hollywood attractions, and the highlight was a gathering in the hotel ballroom. And a few other people that were on it were our gang performers like Spanky and Billie Thomas. When he was brought out, he received a standing ovation. He was moved to tears. Now, only 10 weeks after that, July 31st, 1980, he died of a heart attack in his Los Angeles home. He was only 49 years old. He had a son. He named him William B. Thomas, Jr. And he wrote a book. He wrote a book called The Portray, the Billie Buckwheat Thomas story. He passed away in 2012 at the age of 62. But here is the grave of William B. Thomas. And I should add, there are so many portrayals in popular culture, and of course, one of the most famous, I'm trying to find something I brought for place at the grave. William B. Thomas, Buckwheat. Eddie Murphy, SNL. He played Buckwheat many, many times. And then, of course, he killed off Buckwheat.
Our top story tonight. Buckwheat is dead.
Buckwheat has been shot. But then when he hosted, I think it was in 2019, he brought the character of Buckwheat back.
Oh, ting lady, oh, ting lady, oh, ting lady, oh, ting lady, oh, 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 tay.
So essentially, when I read so much about William B. Thomas, I wanted to get out the fact that there was 3 Buckwheats. A lot of people don't know that. And he played him the longest. And he went on to a successful career afterward. Behind the scenes. A lot of people think Buckwheat just disappeared. He didn't. And there we are, William B. Thomas. Private First Class, U.S. Army, World War II, March 12th, 1931 to August 10th, 1980. So, 1931, he started playing him in 1934. He was only 3. My goodness. He was only 3 when he started acting. I thought he was a little older than that. Rest in peace, Billy. I should also add that in 1990, the television program 2020 aired a segment called Where Are They Now? And they focused on Buckwheat. And they aired an interview with a guy named Bill English who claimed to be Buckwheat. And he was not Buckwheat. Buckwheat had passed away, Billie Thomas, 10 years earlier. So, this guy right here. So the producer resigned over the segment. But it aired, and people thought Buckwheat was still alive in the 90s. And it was a supermarket bagger. But I think this guy may have had mental health issues. I believe he really thought he was Buckwheat. He seemed like a nice guy. I watched the whole interview. It's kind of strange. So that's the story of the third Buckwheat and The longest running Buckwheat. Buckwheat. Right there. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna catch a plane. Rest in peace, Mr. Thomas. Put some respect on his name. What a. We all remember that character, and we all, if you've watched, even though it was so long ago, we still probably watch it. It's still probably playing somewhere. The Our Gang Little Rascals shorts, right? It was long before my time, but I remember watching them. All right. Oh, they're building another one on this side. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all. Peace. Rest in peace. Billie Thomas. Peace out.